Welcome, Hardin County, to another episode of Hardin County Weekly, your local podcast here in Hardin County. As always, I'm here, Phil Tull, with John O'Brien doing events. We got Nate below me doing business news, and our
He
special
said
guest.
below, just so you know.
That's right. We got our special guest, Dustin Kiser. He's the president of the Young Professional Network, Hardin County. Glad you could be here with us, Dustin.
Thank you for having me.
Well, before we get started, just wanted to let everybody have an opportunity to scan the QR code right here. You can also go to hardinlocal.com, which will take you to the same place, give you an opportunity to follow us across our social media, and also sign up for alerts on our Facebook channel, and sign up your email for when we do start doing pushing y'all emails, which will be coming soon. So today we'll be starting with special guest Dustin from the Young Professionals Network. We like to call it YPN. So if you hear us say YPN, we're talking about the Young Professional Network here in Hardin County. And then after that, we'll go to business news with Nate, and then John O'Brien will finish us off with events. And then we may have a brief roast after that. And before we get started, just wanted to do a quick shout out to Scott Lucas, who set this interview with Dustin up. He worked with him on the interview and got everything set up. He had something come up at work today, so I don't think he's going to be able to make it. But we appreciate you, Scott. We appreciate all you do for us. Hey, we're going to go ahead and get started with Dustin. How are you doing, Dustin?
I'm good. How are you, Phil?
I'm great. Just like enjoying this Tuesday. It's actually a Monday, kind of. So, it's kind of like a Tuesday that's a Monday, which are my least favorite. It's the worst part about having a long holiday, is it having that Tuesday to be a Monday.
Absolutely.
But, all right. We have some questions here for you, Dustin, so we'll go ahead and get started. What inspired you to get involved with the Young Professionals Network, and what keeps you passionately engaged in its mission?
So a lot of people don't know this, but I've only been in Hardin County for about 21 months now. I got here at the end of 2023, so right before the new year in 2024. So a lot of people don't really know me or where I came from or anything like that, which is always kind of interesting. People kind of wonder, how do you become the president of the Young Professionals Network? And, you weren't even here 2 years ago. You just charm the right people. That's what I always tell them. I just gave the right people a smile or, treated them the right way, and kind of lucked into it a little bit. But when I first interviewed for the banking center manager position here at the Sicilian Bank, which is where I'm employed, I met with Stephen Jones and Mary Young, and I made them a promise that when I came here to Hardin County, I knew I was coming in at a little bit of a disadvantage, especially in banking. It's all relationship based, right? Community banking is all about who you know, the people you trust, the ones you go to church with, the ones you play on sports teams with, your kids grow up together. And I was coming in with 28 years elsewhere, 27 years elsewhere. And so I made them a promise that once I got here, I really hit the ground running and try to get as involved with as many things as I possibly could. I know they trusted me, but I don't think they realized exactly to what extent I was going to follow through with that. And every day I try to make those two proud, but the Sicilian Bank as a whole. So, when I first got here, Willie Oden, I reached out to him about the Lions Club. He's a big guy there. Cornerstone of that club, and he called me immediately and said, "Hey man, come spend some time with the Lions Club. I know we're a little bit older, but I think you'd really enjoy spending some time with us." So I went over there and ended up becoming a Lions member. I absolutely love that club and love the people in it. They've welcomed me like a member of their family, like I've been here my whole life, always looking out for me. So I went there. I tried Kiwanis Club here in Hardin County. I'm a member of that. They might tell you that I'm not a great member of that because I don't show up to meetings too often, but still proud to be a Kiwana member. And then we got Morrison Lodge, number 76, down in downtown E-Town. Absolutely wonderful organization. They usually fly a little bit under the radar relative to other organizations because they're kind of behind the scenes type guys, but they always look out for each other, the women and children. Do a lot, Shriners Hospital, they raise quite a bit of money for that. Always goofy guys, but they're good people and do a lot of good things. So I noticed a trend. I checked out Rotary here in E-Town, and then I've been a guest speaker at Rotary Club in Radcliffe. And I noticed a lot of the people are older. I'm not going to say old because I tend to get in trouble when I say old. And they like to give me a hard way to go, but older, right? So you don't have a lot of 25-year-olds, 26-year-olds showing up to these meetings and actively seeking out membership. And that's across the board, right? So when I went to Radcliffe Rotary, they had me as a guest speaker in July. Incredible opportunity. I told them that my resume was probably a lot more underwhelming than most of the guest speakers that they had, but I appreciated the chance. And I spoke to them, and a lot of them wanted to know how you get young people engaged, how you get young people showing up to things, and how do you get them to care. And I told them if they figure out that answer to let me know. But I hope that, it's an opportunity here with the YPN for them to kind of do things that are a little bit fun, substantive, and meaningful, right? So, I want people to show up and not dread it. Recurring meetings can be really difficult, especially when you're, as we've seen today, one of the hosts couldn't make it because he had other things going on. But I don't want people to dread showing up at noon on a Tuesday or, at 6 p.m. on a Thursday throughout the month. I want them to kind of want to show up to the events. So we kind of encourage that type of participation. Rambled a lot. I'm sure you're not surprised by that. If you hadn't known that I'm a rambler, you do it now. But you asked me also what keeps me passionately engaged. It's always the people, man. So I like to connect with people. I could talk to a wall if I had to. I always got in trouble in kindergarten, first grade, all A's, and then talks too much. They tried to put me in the corner, and that didn't work. I'd make friends with everybody. So that's really kind of led me to meet some of the people that have allowed me to be in this position today. But I love connecting to people and then connecting people with other people. So the members of this club believe in me. The members of the board of the Chamber of Commerce believed in me enough to choose me as the president, and the members of the Sicilian Bank leadership team believe in me. So I just show up every day trying to do things for people greater than myself. It's not about me; it's about them.
That sounds great. Sounds like a great way to live too. I know back when I lived and was more active locally, the Rotary Club was a big one that I was a part of, and Chamber, and some of the other ones you mentioned too. And I think we have some events later that will even discuss some of those organizations you mentioned. So what about on YPN with the focus on building relationships and enhancing community and professional growth for younger professionals? And
Sure.
want to make sure I get that clear. What is the age range for young YPN?
So the age range that it's historically been and is currently is 21 to 41 years old. A lot of people take offense to that. I don't know where 21 to 41 came from. You have a lot of people that are getting ready to age out of that age range. A lot of people are 42, 43, whatever it might be, that are really excited that the YPN is kind of getting revitalized and wanting to get involved. And I've had several people joke about, when I'm too old, I can't show up. But the reality is everybody has something to contribute to this group. Even if you're not showing up as an official member, you can show up and you can meet some of the people, you can inspire people. We need mentors. We need people that have been there, done that. So, even if you're not in the age range to be a young professional, show up, get involved, support us, interact with us on Facebook, share your ideas, things that you love, things that you hate, you want more of. But the 21 to 41-year-old age range is kind of interesting. And Kendra and Melanie and myself have been kind of talking through that here recently. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Grayson County Chamber of Commerce recently just got rid of the 21 to 41-year-old bracket altogether. And so Kendra and Melanie and I are kind of in the talks about maybe rethinking what a young professional is, to move away from the age and to more like maybe being young in the community or young in your new career, whatever it might be, not just age. You could be a young person, you could be brand new to whatever you're doing now or brand new to Hardin County, and you can benefit from this type of thing. And the reality is if you have the energy and the desire to want to show up to these types of things, we want you there. Whether you're 21 or whether you're 91, show up. We care about people that care about things. So, yeah.
I like that. Young in your career, not just an age. Age is just a number, right?
Absolutely.
So speaking of mentoring, do you have any recent success stories that resonate with you of mentoring within the YPN?
Phil, you're fantastic at what you do because I completely circumvented your prompt. You had that side question there, and I love that you fed it back in there because I was worried that I was going to skip over it. So actually Megan Stith with ECTC and I recently connected. She showed up at our summer soiree event in July, the end of July, and she kind of snuck around a little bit. She came in the back door and she was like, "Hey, I just want you to know that I'm not, I don't really qualify for the young professionals anymore, but been part of it before, and I just wanted to meet you and, kind of let you know that I support you guys. I'm really excited that this is happening. She's an incredibly kind person, and she and I have been in touch ever since. And she's really looking to fill that mentor role, not just for me personally, but for the YPN, because it's something that she was passionate about. If you know anything about her, she's incredibly passionate about ECTC and about giving back to the community and different boards. She was the president of United Way Central Kentucky at one point, and she's just an incredible person to know. And it's hard not to root for her, with how kind she is to everybody else and how much she does for other people. So, if nothing else, I got to meet her through the YPN.
Great. In what ways does the YPN collaborate with the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce to amplify its impacts?
So we don't just collaborate with the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is the foundation of this organization at this point. Historically, they were kind of adjacent to each other. The Chamber and the United Way of Central Kentucky had kind of been the biggest supporters of the Young Professionals Network. But as time goes on, with COVID and a lot of challenges that different organizations face, it kind of faded a little bit. And as a result, this needed a restructuring. You really needed an anchor organization to really set up the foundation and kind of get it going. And the Chamber has filled that role incredibly well. Just Kendra, Melanie, and and Miss Brenda. I can't forget Miss Brenda. They did an absolute fantastic job of bending over backwards to secure the location for our summer soiree at Revival Spirits. And Mallory Page did a fantastic job taking care of us that day. We got to meet their owner. But yeah, the Chamber of Commerce is the backbone of this organization. They made sure that it didn't just, disappear into the wayside. So I couldn't do it without these ladies and the entire chamber. So we appreciate them.
It's great. I guess I didn't realize the Chamber was the foundation of the YPN. So that's good to know. How can someone that isn't a business owner, such as a real estate agent, a loan officer, or somebody that's, may not feel like they're supposed to come to YPN, or can you talk a little bit more about like the types of people and professionals you have in the group?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I love this question, man. I don't know if you could tell, but I was pretty passionate to get to talk about this one. So I'd sat down with Cody Breeniger. I hope I pronounced it right, Cody. I know we practiced so many times, but I apologize if we didn't. Fantastic lady, works for the news enterprise. And she was kind enough to do an interview with me to kind of help get some excitement going with that too. But I made a reference. She asked a similar question. I said, if we had to pick a song to really kind of encapsulate us, it'd be Come As You Are, Nirvana. I know that the young professionals might not really be big Nirvana fans, but I am. I grew up on that type of grungy stuff. So it's an organization that's built on inclusivity, man. It's individuals from all walks of life, backgrounds, and industries. If you're just starting your career, like I said, if you've been doing what you've been doing for 20 years, if you're new to Hardin County, if you've been here, since before all the changes that we've seen with the economy, we want to create a space that allows everybody to feel valued, supported, and just kind of inspired to grow. As I touched on a little bit earlier, it's not a recurring meeting on your calendar. It's more of a movement. And I remember the first time I said that with Cody, and I was like, wow, that's kind of powerful. Like, let's put that on a t-shirt. But it is, it's a movement. It's our goal is to host events and deliver tangible results, whether that be showing up at Cosmic Golf and having fun, or, donating our time for Habitat for Humanity or something like that. That's something we're really looking to start leaning into more as well. But we want to show up, have fun, just make some lasting memories, and support the charitable organizations that are already foundational in our community. And we want people to be excited, really be part of the YPN. So there's no specific archetype, man. It takes everybody to make the world go around. So whether you're introverted, extroverted, if you work in a back office, if you're doing sales, whatever, we have, real estate agents, life insurance salespeople, you have bankers, you got all kinds of stuff, and we need everybody. So whatever you do, auto mechanics, whatever it is, nurses, doctors, show up. If you're gonna have fun, there's gonna be somebody that resonates with you there.
Great. That's a great answer. And during that answer, you mentioned community engagement and member-led charitable activities. So what's coming up that locals can get involved with that you guys are looking at being involved in?
So we are trying to piece together. So currently we're restructuring, like I've said before. So we're finalizing the members of our organization. So we have a lot of outstanding applications right now. We have people that are just joining. So we're really working on figuring our own identity out while also trying to, hit the ground running, so to speak. And so we haven't really found too many partners yet. I've been in touch with Krista from United Way to kind of figure out some opportunities for us there. Feeding America is one that a lot of people really enjoy. Friends of Hardin County Animal Shelter. We really want to do anything that can help different people. In that regard, if you do work with an organization, individually or as a representative of the organization that you think could benefit from having some young people, fresh hands, new set of eyes, whatever, reach out to us, whether it's on the YPN Facebook page or me personally. Reach out to us and let us know about those opportunities. If we can't make them, worst case scenario, we know in the future it's on our radar. But we do have an event. This is not community service related, but we have Cocktails and Connections on September 8th. That's going to be at Revival Vintage Spirits downtown as well. Mallory does a fantastic job. She's an incredible host. We had a great time there the first go around, and we're looking forward to the next one. So that is a paid event. It's a premium event. So Mallory was gracious enough to open up Revival on her day off. She does everything she can to help anybody when she gets the opportunity. So it's $20 for a ticket. You'll get to learn how to make 3 different foundational cocktails. Mallory's going to teach everybody in the class how to make those. And then your ticket will also include one of your own making. So you're going to do a little hands-on yourself to make your own. And there's going to be a charcuterie spread, and it's going to be like 2.5 hours of just hanging out and getting to know each other. But most of our events aren't paid. They're kind of show up and do what you want. Like Cosmic Golf was free. We just showed up. You tip your servers as well as you can. You buy things and just enjoy the camaraderie. But yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, you did. Well, that's great. Let's go on to the next one. Networking can feel intimidating to a lot of people. What's one tip you'd give young professionals who may just feel intimidated from coming, to a new event like this and meeting new people?
So I have a spiel to give on it, but I want people to know. So growing up, I moved around a lot. I transferred schools a lot of different times for various reasons, and it was always kind of exciting. It's what you make of it, right? It can be intimidating going to a new school, new friends, whatever. But I always try to make the best of it, man. Every year I got to make a whole new set of friends. It's like 200 new people I didn't meet before, 150 new people. I know with Fort Knox being near a lot of people have that same experience, but I was never quite cool enough to be at the cool kids table. So, I wasn't the first pick, but I could sometimes sit with them. Right. But what that led me to do was to learn how to interact with everybody in between. Right. So, people of all different lifestyles, all different walks of life, I just became friends with, and I realized that everybody is a good person. You just have to look through it. Almost everybody's a good person, and you have to kind of sift through who they really are and find out what they love. They all have things going on. I mean, we all have bad days and things like that, but aside from not being the cool kid at the cool kids table and being friends with everybody else, the advice I give to people about networking is this is for life in general, but all too often we get worried about what if they don't like me, right? Whoever they might be. What if, Phil doesn't like me? What if Nate doesn't like me? Keep your comments to yourself, Nate. But what if whoever doesn't like me, my coworkers? But the reality is we should be thinking, what if I don't like them, right? Our goal shouldn't be to impress other people. Our goal should be to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, right? And with that, you can't control other people, but you can be authentic to yourself. You show up, you be a decent human being, you're kind to people. And naturally, you're going to gravitate towards, and those people are going to gravitate towards you, the people that you need in your life. And you're just going to be genuine, authentic. And it's going to off-put some people. Not everybody meshes, and that's okay. That's not reflective of their character. It's just how it goes. That's life. Just be kind to everybody you can in the way in between. And Young Professionals Network's got a spot for you. Whether it takes a little while for you to warm up or you to find your people, we got some.
Then it's okay to come and just sit there and watch, right? Don't have to feel like you have to network if you just want to come in and sit and watch and learn,
Yeah.
So if for our last question, I'm going to give you an opportunity just to pitch YPN to business and community leaders.
Yeah.
Like your elevator pitch.
So, in this case, I might hit the fire button so I have a little bit extra time. I've never been good at, compact information, as you probably gathered here. My coworkers will tell you that I speak way too much, man. They can't get me to shut up during meetings. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But my pitch would be that this is a place for everybody, every background. We need young people to be involved. We need people in general to be involved, but especially young people. We are living in a time where we are the most connected and simultaneously the least connected we've ever been as a human species. We can connect via FaceTime to somebody on the other side of the world, right? We've got 24/7 news access to things we probably don't even want to hear about, but we struggle to talk to the person that we work with, right? The person sitting next to us at the Chinese buffet. I'm there all the time, and I'll show up by myself, and then I just see people that sit there alone, and sometimes they don't get to connect with other people, and it's unfortunate because we should be connecting, we should be collaborating, because the reality is that the more people you have moving in the same direction, the more you can accomplish. And if we just get on the same page and realize most of us care about the same things, we all want a good Hardin County, right? We all want to look out for each other. We want animals to have homes. We want kids to be taken care of. We want people to be fed. We want people to have shelters. We don't want people to feel lonely and sad, like they don't have other people. And the reality is nobody else will do that unless you lead by example and start doing that yourself, right? And then you find 2 or 3 more people that do that. And it compounds. It's not linear, it's exponential.
It's great. I like that. And sometimes it just takes change agents, and a lot of the time it's just overcoming fear. I know when we relaunched Hardin Local, a lot of the reason why it took so long was just fear on my part. But once I decided to do it, the fear went away. So I think that's the same in this type of situation, especially for people that may feel intimidated or may not think that they can help. You know, those are all lies, I think. So great job. How can people get involved, or how can they learn more about the YPN? Do you have a website?
So we don't currently have a website. We do have Facebook, which I know everybody loves. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg for making that a thing. So we are on there as the Young Professionals Network of Hardin County. You can just look us up. Incredibly original name. We post a lot about upcoming activities. We try to highlight some of the other organizations here. You know, Kiwanis Club has an event coming up. Their gala is next Saturday, for example. We've been highlighting that. Stand Up to Ataxia recently happened with the comedy show. We highlight things like that. But check out our Facebook page. Sometimes you might get a little annoyed with the frequency with which we post stuff, but the reality is, if you've seen it twice, we're still not doing our job. You need to see it 3 or 4 times and just get sick of us eventually. But follow us on there. If you want to reach out to me individually, I'm happy to answer any questions. If you're interested in showing up to a Young Professionals Network event and you're not sure how it'll go, show up. I'm going to treat you well. Regardless, I know everybody else in the YPN right now are going to be incredibly kind to you, but if nothing else, you can hang out with me. I'll introduce you to everybody that I know there, and you'll leave with at least a couple more friends. Even if you determine you don't want to join the YPN, we're going to have a good time for that evening, and you'll leave knowing some people that you didn't know before. So there's no downside. Show up and support these things. Show up and support other organizations. Follow the Hardin Local on Facebook. Like their stuff. Share their stuff. It's not just one people. It's an entire community, and this is a great place to be. And we need to keep it that way. And we need to let other people in the world know that this is a great place to be if we want them to come here.
Agree. Great. Well, we'll make sure to put the Facebook. I think we've already linked the Facebook page several times, but we'll make sure we link it on the clips so everybody can find it easily. So thank you, Dustin, for coming and sharing. Feel free to stick around for the rest of the stream, or if you're busy, you can drop off. Up to you.
That sounds good. I appreciate your guys' time very much. I'm gonna get back to work here at TCB, but I really appreciate them allowing me to be here with you all today, and I appreciate the things that you guys do for our community. So thank you all.
Thank you, Dustin.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. I got thrown over there. There we go. All right, Nate. Well, that was a great talk. I really appreciate that, Dustin. And now, Nate, we'll switch over to business news.
I'm still steaming that Dustin told me to keep my comments to myself, but that's fine. I'll get over it. Lots of stuff going on. First, Claire's in the mall is staying open. If you haven't been paying attention, their company has gone into bankruptcy. I know the Claire's in Somerset has already posted that they're gone, but Claire's in the mall, one of the managers posted on Facebook they thought they were closing. They were told they were closing. The next thing you know, they get a second life, kind of like what we got with Big Lots. But let's make sure to support Claire's while they're still here. I know probably 50% of all girls, if not more, in this area probably got their first piercing at Claire's, if nothing more. So not exactly by a store, but I'm glad that they're still around. Overstock. We'll post a graphic after a while. A friend of the show, Jamie Givens, was driving by there and saw that they are closing. That spot was for lease. I posted that a few weeks ago, maybe months ago. Two I've heard that could be possibly moving in is one is Marshalls and the other is Bed Bath and Beyond Part Two. If you people are not aware, Bed Bath and Beyond is coming back. They are opening 300 stores in the next 2 years nationally. I would think we might be in the top 300, but I'm sure that that location won't be empty very long. It's just a rumor that it's Marshalls, or just a rumor it's Bed Bath and Beyond. I have haven't heard anything official just yet, but it wouldn't shock me for that building to be filled pretty quickly. That whole shopping center stays full pretty much near capacity. Something exciting back downtown. We were sad to lose Issa's a few months ago when they closed in Social on Main. Street, I love the name. STR, capital E, capital A, capital T, so Street, meaning a combination of street foods and eat. I think is very clever. They will be opening next week in Social on Main. They will have burgers, both classic and out there type. Same thing with hot dogs. They will have grilled cheese. So I think it's going to be a little bit more kid friendly for the people that say, okay, we need burgers or something that my kids can eat. But if you want to do it, I saw that one of their hot dogs, their Vietnamese hot dogs that they were going to do, looks pretty nice. I'm not that adventurous of an eater, but it looks awesome to me. So I'm sure I'll end up there a couple times. The Aqua Barber, Aqua Till Blue, whatever you want to call it, the Aqua Barber building downtown, coming into downtown on East Dixie, is now open already. They have a temporary sign out. It's called the Groomery. It's for dogs, and they offer pet grooming. They offer, I think they said, daycare, doggy daycare, and they also offer boarding. So they are now open. Wawa on Indeed has posted the GM for its Eattown location. So for you people that have doubted that Wawa is not coming anymore, that has been posted on Indeed. So they are still coming. I would think that what would happen is that they would get hired on and then would probably train at either the new one in Louisville or the one in Radcliffe, since one in Radcliffe could be open first. And Thomas Dairy Farm. I've been out there twice now, once for the Sunflower Festival and then once at Christmas. They have announced that their corn maze debuting later this month is going to be Super Mario themed. Do 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 do. And that's about as best as I can sing. It looks very cool. And then our friends in Meade County at Field of Screams, Thursday is going to be Alien themed. They just announced that today. So if you like corn mazes, you have your pick or choose. I think the Mario one looks a lot more difficult. There's a lot more ins and outs to that one. The Alien one's very cool as well. So spooky season's coming up. I know we'll have a lot more stuff going on. Crawford Farms will be opening up, Hinton's, all the other ones. So I'm sure we'll have announcements from them. And then, of course, the big business news for this weekend, small business. They are a small business. People tend to forget, but Highland Sod Farm put on a heck of a show that all three of us were at in different capacities. John, you were working it and having fun with Jamie. Phil, I finally got to meet you for the first time in real life. People think we hang out. No, it's really the first time I saw him was Saturday. But I think everybody had a blast. Weather was perfect. Heard traffic was easy getting in and out. No lines for the bathrooms, no lines for the food. I had a lot of fun, and because of the way they had things set up, I was able to take a lot of great pictures from where I was sitting compared to like Louder Than Life or something like that, where you're just looking at the screen. So it was a fun weekend, and we got another one's coming up. I'm sure John will hit us in a minute with everything that's going on in the next week, which is a very busy week, but that's all I got for business news.
Yeah, before we switch over to John, I did want to take a moment and just thank the people out at Highland Farm for putting that event on. It was phenomenal. Probably one of my favorite music events. Friday night, I wasn't able to Saturday, but I had a great time. The sunset, those Kentucky farms, they have the best sunsets, I think. And during, I forget who was playing, second to last show, the whole
Hubbard.
sunset. Yeah, Tyler Hubbard, during his set, they were playing, and the sunset was just beautiful. And it was just a really, really great night. Really appreciate them and you guys at Highland Sod Farms, Jimmy and Missy Jenkins, for putting that on. But anyway, we'll move over to events with John.
All right, yeah. So we've got a lot going on this week for sure. Tonight, there's a couple things going on. They got the food truck Tuesday at Phillips Grove, starting at 5 to 8. So a lot of good food trucks up there. Get some dinner for the kids, for the family. Also, there's the ACO Regional Cornhole Tournament tonight. So that's pretty cool. Out the American Legion. So you can go sign up for that. Registration starts at 6. Game starts at 7 p.m. Thursday, we got Tavern in the Garden, one of my favorites. I think they kicked it off, or they're the second one to play. But Laura Jean in the 45s, amazing. I bought a record the last time that they were there. I didn't know they had a vinyl record, but we do a vinyl night at BBT on Mondays. I played it that next week. Nate, we got some any news on the who's opening that vinyl shop here downtown?
Xenon T. Zachary is what's listed. I know that they have a booth in Peddler's Mall. I
Okay.
think they call it Z. I've never met the person. I forgot to mention that. It's called New Style Records. They will be on the left at 108, and Burle's Books will be on 110. I love their logo. I love the design. I think it looks clean. Somebody said that you'll be able to trade in stuff, buy stuff, and they even fix record machines, I think somebody said. So I think this could be an awesome little store. I mean, I grew up listening to records all the time with my parents. Obviously, gray hair. They even had an eight track machine that still worked. I used to listen to the Beach Boys record over and over and over, and even had a Manamana from the Muppets that we would listen to. That's where I first heard that one. And then Chuck Berry, My Dingling, we had on record too. So just to embarrass myself publicly. So I still remember them all. But yeah, I should have mentioned them in my business update. But obviously, we got a ton of likes on Facebook when we announced it, and I just love to see more downtown stuff coming.
Definitely. Like I said, we do like I said, Monday night vinyl night at BBT where you bring a record in, you play one side of it, and you actually get $1 off your drink. I think that that's going to pair well with the record store down here. People are like, oh, where do I get a record? Oh, actually, just go right around the
Around the
corner.
corner,
Get you one right there.
like literally around the corner. Like you're not. This isn't just a grammar phrase. It's literally right around the corner.
Exactly.
Just so people aren't confused, why don't you introduce that store one more time, Nate, with the name and the location?
Yes, so it's New Style Records. It's on 108 North Main. If you're familiar where Busy Bee used to be, they split it. They've done a great job rehabbing and renovating it. Busy moved to the square itself. It's New Style Records. It's at 108 North Main Street. I don't have an opening date for that one. And Bird Whistle Books is at 110 North Main Street. So they're right next to each other in the same building with the same white logos or white type of logos. And they're right over there.
And the Bird Whistle Books, did we announce that? Because I know they announced their opening, didn't they? September 10th.
We had talked about before, yeah. So they opened September 10th. But yeah, we had talked about them before. They had also started in Pillar's Mall, and people kind of get confused. It's Tyler Bird Whistle, not Barry. So Tyler's the son. I went to school with him, and Brian Conover is also involved. And there's a couple other people. So both of those will be soon. Obviously, we do know Bird Whistle Books is opening. I don't have an opening date for the record yet. I'm assuming it might be the same time. I don't know.
Okay.
Nice.
We'll find out. Anyway, back to events. I think you're at the walking tour, aren't you?
Yeah, the walking tour. That's right. So on Thursday, we got the walking tour as well. It's an amazing experience. If you don't know the history of downtown E-Town, come check it out, and then listen to those good tunes over at Brown Pusey House after that with the food trucks and all the libations they have over there. And if you don't like what they have to drink there, you can go to any of the places downtown, get a hub cup, take a drink over there to hang out and do that. Friday night, we've got or actually Friday morning, we've got a Kentucky Bluegrass Sergeant Major Association 4-person golf scramble. Registration is at 9 a.m. Tee-off's at 9:30 at the Lindsay Golf Course on Fort Knox. $80 per person is what that will cost, and there's some prizes and food involved in that too. So that's kind of a cool event. Also, Friday morning, we have the Arise and Thrive Women's Conference starts that day up in Radcliffe at the Heritage International Christian Church. So it's a spirit-led dynamic speakers fellowship, kind of getting women together, talking about all the things that you need to get help with, things that you want to kind of mentor as well. A very cool event. So it's a 2-day event. It's at Friday and Saturday. Friday night, we got football, third week of high school football we've got going on. We've got John Hardin at Bardstown, Elizabethtown at LaRue County, Central Hardin at Warren East, and North Hardin is going off against Pulaski County at home. So we could have one home game, but LaRue County is not too far away, so you can still support your Panthers if you head over there to Hodgenville for that game. Saturday night, or Saturday all day long, I should say. The Bourbon and Blades Festival at Red Hill Cutlery and the Boundary Oak Distillery. It's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. It's a free annual festival pairing knives, not pairing knives, but pairing knives with bourbon culture.
Very
I
good.
like what they, yeah. So Carly Pierce is the headliner with Mary Cutter and Taylor Austin Dye opening up. Yeah, you can meet the CEO of the Buck Knives there. Limited edition knives and Zippos will be available. Food trucks. They used to do a Wednesday night thing out there at the distillery, didn't they, Phil?
They used to. I don't know if they still do.
Pre-COVID,
Yeah.
pre-COVID. Yeah, they haven't
Yeah.
done it in a while. I wonder what happened with that.
I'm not sure. It used to be a good time. I used to go up there every couple of times a month. It was great. So this should be more of kick back to that. Should be a great event.
So. Yeah, definitely. Also that night we got the Kiwanis Club Hardin County Gala, 6:30 to 10:30 at the Haycraft. The theme is a 50s theme. So don't be a geek, cruise their way is what going on. So it's $75. Proceeds benefit the CASA of the Heartland. There'll be food, music, and dancing. Always a fun time getting down. Also, we have a funny kind of event that's going on at the Pet Supplies Plus. Have you ever had any weird animals as pets? No,
I have not.
just like
I've had friends that have those
did
little
never have like a
whatever.
little what was it, the little hermit crabs? Never had a hermit crab, anything like that. I wasn't allowed to have one of those either.
I killed a fish.
You killed a fish.
I think we all kill the fish once.
Water temperature probably makes a difference.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so did you submerge it too quickly? Was that the shock it to death?
Yeah, not my proudest moment.
Well, it happens. It happens. Well, if you're into kind of interesting, not the normal pets, there's a rabbit and rat adoption event at the Pet Plus in E-Town on Friday, 12 to 4 p.m. The Bun Brigade is putting that on. So I guess that's maybe a bunny rabbit pun of the Bun Brigade. So that should be a fun event. Also, we got the Kentucky High School Kentucky High School Basketball Hall of Fame induction celebration at the State Theater, 7 p.m. So that's a pretty cool event. The Hall of Fame did shut down across the street there this year, but I think they have plans of trying to do something with that in the future. Maybe they'll have some ideas and talk about it at the event. But tickets are $27.25, and again, it recognizes Kentucky basketball excellence, right? Coaches, players, things like that. It was pretty cool piece of history we had here in the community. Sad to see it go, but hopefully something will be new in that building going forward. All right, Saturday or Sunday, we've got the Haycraft and Her Shop and Connect. So at the Haycraft, 2 p.m. So if you want to go shopping and network with some ladies, again, networking can kind of be difficult sometimes. We talked about that earlier. If you want to find an easy way to network, go shop, maybe see if you grab for the same thing. You could talk about something that you know about that's similar. Also, we
So
have
they're
a
gonna
book
have
sign,
local booths, unique products.
local booths and products and things like that. Yep. So it
That's
should be
great.
pretty neat to check out down there at the Haycraft. Also, we have a book signing of one of our guests that we've had. The Get Your Money Right with Selena. That's going to be on Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. Definitely a cool thing to do. Pick up a book from. I'm sure she'll have books for sale there, and then also again she'll sign it for you. Put your little note in there too. And I
great.
believe that's all I have.
Yeah, I think you got it all. I think you even covered the ones that I found. Great.
I've got a couple of things.
Okay, go for it.
As animal lovers as we all are, I got two animal related ones in addition to the groomery. Apparently, it's just pet day today. First one is Chick-fil-A, both locations, 5:30 to 7 tonight. Either location, a doggy drive-through. Each pup will get a free dog treat and a bandana while supplies last, limit one per doggy. And your furry friend will have a chance to win some awesome prize baskets. So the Chick-fil-A workers, they're always so friendly. It's their pleasure to serve us. They're looking forward to see your pets tonight in the drive-through. Also, to go along with that, Sunday, September 7th at 3 p.m. at the Elizabethtown Dog Park. So that's on the non-tennis side of Freeman Lake. So over there, Elizabethtown Dog Park, 3 o'clock is the another Corgi takeover. To see those cute little doggies so they can play around and meet each other. That's at 3, and that's hosted by the Hardin County Corgi Club. And then appreciate Aaron Cundiff, friend of the program, friend of us, great moderator for the Elizabethtown group. Kentucky Kingdom on Saturday and Sunday. They are offering first responders free admission with up to 3 guests. So that means a first responder and 3 people for free on September 6th and 7th on Hometown Hero Weekend. Who is considered a hometown hero? I'm glad you asked, John. Great question. First responders, police officers, sheriffs, state troopers, corrections officers, federal officers, firefighters, career or volunteer, EMTs, paramedics, 911 dispatchers, military, active, reserve, veterans, National Guard retirees, and healthcare professionals, doctors, nurses, hospital workers. They're all involved. There's a link on the Kentucky Kingdom's official Facebook page. And so I think that's awesome that they're doing that for us, or not us. I'm not a medical. My mother's a medical professional. I don't know if she's going to take me over to Kentucky Kingdom this weekend or not. But I've got a couple of friends too. But I'm glad that they're throwing all those people in there because give away all those tickets, and especially the 3 family members or friends as well. That's just an awesome thing going on. It looks like the weather again is going to be great this weekend, just like it was for Country Fest. So hopefully people take advantage of that. And if we were able to help make sure 1 or 2 people went, I'm glad we did.
No, that's great. All right. Well, I think we got everything covered other than our little roast we were going to do. I don't know if any of you got the memo or not. I prepared a few notes.
Y'all can roast me. I'm okay.
All right. Well, I'll roast you both real quick. So John is basically Hardin County's favorite bourbon bartender. He doesn't just know how to mix every bourbon drink and the history behind it. He also knows every food truck, every local wrestling show, and every small town festival. The man is like a human calendar. If Google Calendar also, I messed it up. The man is like a human Google Calendar. If Google Calendar also handed you a corn dog with your reminders. And John's humor, always dry, always perfectly placed. Only John could turn a conversation about concerts into a segue about pawpaws. Not grandpa, but the fruit. Or pickled cucumbers, because apparently pickle is just too easy of a word.
Fair.
But you gotta love it. 1 minute he's talking about a comedy night, and the next he's got you questioning your life choices over a funnel cake. And every week a new shirt, it seems like. At this point, we're not sure if you're hosting a podcast or secretly running a fashion line called Local Swag. John, you're basically the bourbon meat of Hardin Local, smooth, strong, and guaranteed to sneak up on you when you least expect it. Cheers to you. And no, I don't owe you $8.69.
That's great.
Inside joke. Nate, that Facebook guy. If Popeye's got new wallpaper, Nate's got a breaking news segment on it. You're so obsessed with Wawa or Publix popping up, I'm thinking that you're on their payroll. And Nate, you treat Hardin County business updates like their sports scores. If business news was a league, you'd be the MVP. Forget Nate in sports, it's Nate in biz. And by the way, you should go follow Nate in sports on Twitter if you don't. Seriously.
I was going to say, I don't get quite the return. I've got 29,000 followers on Twitter. I might get 1 like, but this is blown up, and I appreciate everything we do over here because I get way more return over here on Facebook than I ever do on Nathan Sports, surprisingly.
That's great. And then seriously, to finish it off, seriously, the man gets more excited about a ribbon cutting than most people do about winning the lottery. If there's scissors involved, Nate's already there cheering like he's in the front row at the Final Four.
I did not see that one coming. That was perfect topic.
Kept it nice. That's all I had for you guys. So,
That's
on
awesome.
the roasting.
I just appreciate you, Phil, letting us be a part of this, thinking of us to join this group with you and Scott. Couldn't be here today, but I've had fun. I have a blast every week. I learned stuff from both of you all. It's been good. Like, it was awesome on Friday and Saturday for people to say that they've seen the show and appreciate everything we do. Jimmy Wilson from The Wolf says he follows us just to stay involved in the local know-how. It's nice to see that media, we play off of each other, but I'm having a blast. I had a blast this weekend. I have a blast on the show. I love this community. I love seeing what's coming next.
Yeah.
So.
Me too. I'm glad you guys are a part of it because, for my life situation, it'd be real difficult for me to be able to do this without both of you and Scott. So appreciate it. And I don't know, does anybody want me to I did come up with a few notes on Dustin. He's not here, but
I mean, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Real quick.
Yeah, let's hear what we got.
Finally, our special guest, Dustin Kiser, president of the Young Professionals Network. Basically, he's the guy who makes the rest of us look lazy. Dustin's the only person I know who can hand out business cards while ordering a cheeseburger at a drive-thru. By day, he's a banker. By night, he's running every civics group. Maybe not every, but in Hardin County. Honestly, Dustin networks in his sleep. I bet you if I woke up at 3 a.m. and texted him, he'd probably try to recruit me for one of his committees. So, there you go, Dustin. Thank you for coming. We really appreciate it.
He gets around he's done more in 21 months than I have in 44 years. So, well, he's maybe look that bad, but he gets around. I know he's a friend of the show. He likes everything we do. I think I met him. I might have seen him over at the comedy show last week. But how he's been able to just come in with no history here and make an impact shows if you're that driven and you have that desire to want to see a community succeed and make it better. He's the great example. And the YPN, I joked, I don't consider myself young or professional, so I'm not sure why they want me, but they're a good group. It's good to see them grow and emerge and become and have an impact in fundraising and for the dogs that we love and CASA and other things that they get involved in and all the other stuff. I know that Dustin says he's involved in Kiwanis Club. My dad was one of the founding members of the original Kiwanis Club back in the 80s, and they used to have the old trick-or-treat Halloween stuff at Persia Community Center. And so it's been great to see the Kiwanis Club come back and have an impact. So exciting times.
Yes.
Definitely. Got one question. It's from a buddy, Hollywood Hackett. When is Popeyes going to open up again? He's got it. He needs his fix.
It didn't have when I looked at you can see the plans. You can go on E-Town Planning and Zoning. It is free. It is public record. It didn't have a timeline. I don't have a contact over there. I wish they would put on their sign, "Hey, see you in October" or whatever, which would be nice. Obviously, those signs can be a pain in the butt to update, especially if somebody steals a letter or one falls off. They look kind of stupid. But I think that would be just for public interest if they would put some sort of announcements out there. It's hey, we're not closing. We're going to be back and better than ever.
Or just temporary closed. It just says closed. That's the way. Just put that temporary word up there.
Yeah, I mean they can do something like that. Again, they've got a couple options they could use. I don't have any contacts at Popeyes. I don't know anybody that works there. I don't know the owners or managers like I do at some other places. So I have no idea. So I'm not just hiding stuff I really don't know.
Well, if anybody watching knows, let us know. I was just enjoying. I was just enjoying the symmetry of our, Nate's the shortest, and then we got John in the middle. I think it's just the way we're sitting in our chairs right now.
Not the biggest.
But anyway, let me pop a few comments here. We got Jamie saying he's the best, talking about John, I'm assuming. If not, then
it to be.
And then what else? I have Vicky saying, "Hey, John, love it," and I think that was during my roast of you, so they all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And maybe if you guys can try next week, or we can have one person finish off. So we'll be waiting.
Sounds good.
Take it easy on me. I took it easy on you all. But yeah, we thank you, Hardin County, for joining us this week. We got our QR code pop up here again, and just scan that QR code or go to hardinlocal.com and complete the checklist there. Also, if you're running for political office in 2026, and you're going to be covering an area here in Hardin County, make sure that you check out, I've put a form at the bottom of hardinlocal.com that just says election interview request. So we just ask that if you want to be interviewed by us, it's free, and just fill that form out before January 31st of next year so that we know that you're interested in doing that. And that is all I got for today. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Dustin, for sharing about YPN. And thank you, Scott, for getting that set up. Scott will be back next week. And thanks again, Hardin County, for watching. Be sure to check back for our short clips that we'll have out over the next couple days. And share this stream and make sure you like our page too on Facebook if you haven't. I noticed the other day, 27% of you don't like the page. So please go ahead and like the page. Will you?